name is Justin James, skating at Tactics Board Shop. Riding Americas, of course, doing a lot of the G6, Reynolds. Before this, I just finished the Heretic, the Westgate one, and then got to try out the new Westgate. When I opened up the box and got a look at them, they're not as big as the picture looked. When they look on someone's foot, they're a lot smaller than they actually looked, so I was pretty stoked on that. They're a lot more slim and streamlined than I thought. And then of course the first thing I see is the grooves right here on the side, which is kind of a trip and it does look like a runner shoe, but you just pick it up and bend it and you're like, oh man, that's gonna be easy to work in. So I was pretty stoked. I like seeing them. The little rubber piece right here kind of caught me off guard, but I don't have that crazy flick. It's like barely even torn at all. Like, I don't really feel it when I'm on my board, it doesn't get in the way or anything. And I think the toe cap, the one piece is rad, super durable, gives you consistent flick. And the toe cap is nice. It's not quite as pointy as like the flick was, but it's not as big as like the Reynolds 3 or anything, so it's a pretty good medium. It's not exactly the same as the Reynolds or the G6. It's like right in the middle, so it's a good new style. The break-in was really short actually. You put them on and they're really snug. They felt a little bit smaller than like the Reynolds that I was riding. So they're a little bit more snug to your foot. But the way the lace goes up, they're pretty spread out. It feels really comfortable. There's no pressure points. It's got the same like sock liner like the Reynolds, so just really grabs your foot and you don't feel any of the extra padding, and you don't really notice how the insole looks a lot thicker than it feels. And since it has such a great articulation for the toe, like you don't notice any of the bulk or anything that you see on the outside. So yeah, it was a good fit. You definitely do notice, like the way the tread is, I wasn't slipping on my board or anything like that, and the toe bent so well that I was able to like feel the concave real good. And it felt pretty close to the G6. I'd say it wasn't quite as supportive as like the Reynolds, but I'd say it felt really close to the G6. Landing on my toes, doing some drops, things like that didn't really affect me too much. And you know, the next day when I'm sore in my thighs and not in my feet. I guess I'll start with I didn't really like the heel strap in the back. I think should be maybe like, it sounds so stupid, but maybe even like a centimeter higher or something. Just because it feels like that way it would be a little bit more secure, like in an obvious way, because sometimes I kept thinking that my heel was going to slip, but it didn't. It was just more of a mental thing. And then, I mean, other than that, I think it's rad. It broke in real fast right out of the box. I did have to grind down the sides here just because it kind of lipped out a little bit. Just took it on my grip tape, kind of wore it down a little bit and rounded it out. It was perfect. I'd say it'd be nice to do two pairs in a row, because it's so different with like the way the outsole is, that 2 pairs in a row would be nice so you can break them in and be like confident, you know, you're knowing what you're getting. But for how different it is, it's skated pretty rad, and I mean, I'd get them again.